Hey, what's good? Divinity Gems back again. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, decided to go ahead and come on with the collective again. Earth signs gonna go first this time. Got a lot of good feedback from my Earth signs in my last videos, so I'm gonna go ahead with the Earth sign energy this week from the 11th through the 17th of June. See what you guys got going on for the month, rest of the month of June. We also have a new moon coming on the 13th, which is Wednesday. So I'm gonna do a couple final shuffles. I already pre-shuffled. I want to do a few final shuffles as always. Ask for divine spirit and guidance on these readings. Give them to you with truth and clarity. All right, I'm going to do my 9-card spread for my earth signs. This is for Virgos, Taurus, and Capricorn. The week of June 11th through the 17th. Earth signs, y'all been getting a lot of heat on social media and a lot of other readers that I watch, just because we've been trying to get you guys to detach. It's been a whole lot of stagnant energy in my earth signs. And last week you guys were supposed to get a victory. So if you did not get the victory, you still got this same card coming out every week. It's blocked energy somewhere. Somebody did not make a decision that they needed to make, and it's still blocked. It's still blocked. Earth signs, because you are so rooted, and you are grounded people of the zodiac, it's harder for you guys. We are understanding it. It's harder for you guys as a collective element versus the air, the water, which has movement, even the fire. You guys are just harder to get to come on over sometimes and see the light. And I know there's a lot of people been in your ear most likely about this blocked energy. If this situation is no good, let it go. Be it a relationship, be it a job, be it a living situation, whichever you are playing into right now. If you are still not feeling complete, if you are still not feeling like yourself right now, that's probably why. There is a move that needs to be made, Earth sign, that you have not made as of yet. A turnaround, a change, something about yourself that needs to be redone and revisited and done a different way. And so until you guys are ready to make that change, this card is going to continue to come out week after week. You guys have to see the importance of making that change. It's for your embetterment. It's for you to be in a better place. It's for your own happiness. So what you're actually doing when you're contemplating in your head is blocking your own happiness, talking yourself out of why you should remain in a situation that is obviously making you unhappy. It's not going to get better. It's only going to continue to get worse and continue to make you more unhappy until you do what the universe or your God or whoever is trying to get you to do, which is detach from that situation and go into the next stage. Coming with this new moon on Wednesday, I really hope you guys deal with whatever this situation is, because it's time for new beginnings. These new moons, these full moons, new beginnings, endings, so that we can move on towards the happiness that we were supposed to have in the first place. Got to unblock. Every sign is going through the unblocking, but it seems that my earth signs are taking a little longer to unblock. So whatever that situation is, it is not new. It's the same situation it's been since last month. Unblock, you guys, is so important. Right? Next card out was the 9 of Earth accumulation. This is seeds planted and growing. So you guys put some work in somewhere. Some of you are signs. Everybody didn't stay blocked. Everybody didn't. Some of you guys really did put some work in. And as I see, the next card out was the 3 of Fire. That integrity card comes out with you guys all the time too. It's holding stuff together that needs to be let go with the purest of hearts. But still, it's time for you guys to get some happiness. So this situation, hopefully last week you guys addressed, and you're going to get the return on that this week. Some accumulation from it if you did what you were supposed to do and unblocked. You guys finally will get your return from that, seeing some results, probably feeling better than you felt in the last month. If you guys let that situation go, let it go. Next card out was the Ace of Water. This is about the natural life force, where we get our energy from, the natural force, and it's very clear in your emotions, very clear, that Ace of Water. You're emotionally Probably more focused than you have been in the past, Earth sign. If you have done what you need to do, like I said, unblocked. Now you're feeling that mental and emotional clarity that you always wanted to feel when you were going through. You wish the situation would just be done and be over. Well, for most of you guys, it is done and it is over, and you guys receive this clear emotional peace. You're going to be receiving that this week, or maybe hitting that new moon on Wednesday. You guys will be feeling that. You had to do what you were supposed to do, though. I'm not going to let you off of that one. If you did what you were supposed to do and unblock that energy, you're in a good, happy place as the Earth sign right now. You're still not in your happy place. You got some more work to do. That's all I'm going to say. Mother of Fire. This has been coming out of my signs who are getting it together as well, because the Mother of Fire knows how to handle her business. She has just, all right, I know how to do this now. That's female power up there with that horse up there. She's making her own fire. You guys make your own fire. Come on, you don't need nobody to show you how to do it all the time. You went through enough experience, I see, over these last weeks to get to this point where you knew how to do it and you knew what to do. And now you're just an inspiration to others who go through things. Hey, she went through it, but she found her power. He went through it, he found his power. And now he's an inspiration, or she's an inspiration to others to go ahead and just make it through your situation. Rely on your own inner strength and just use it to move forward. That's what this energy is all about. Just the know-how. I got the know-how. I got the determination now. I can put action behind it now that I got the know-how. Some of us get the know-how and we don't take action. Get the know-how and we still find a way to justify why we got to hold that situation together. The know-how is in finding your power as well, sometimes to walk away from a situation. This is a lot of power behind her know-how. And now that she has the know-how, she takes action with it. She makes her fire and she inspires others. So a lot of you guys that came out of it, maybe you can show the rest of these earth signs how to come out of it, because a lot of them hold on way too long to situations that they need to walk away from. I mean, a lot of us do, but after so long, you have to choose you. You have to choose your own happiness. Next card out was the Wealth, Ten of Earth. All right, earth signs, get your wealth. Come on, get to the next phase of your life, which is where your happiness is after leaving one bad situation. There's always the happiness on the other side. This is not one of those cases where the grass may seem greener and you leave and you're miserable. No, it is trying to get you to leave desperately, to detach from this situation so that you can get to your wealth and your happiness. It wants what's best for you and wants what's coming next. It's always better. When you detach from one thing, it's not going to give you anything lower than what you detached from. It's going to give you something better. So if your fears are what is keeping you from detaching, fears that most likely you're in a miserable place right now, unhappy. I won't say just miserable, but you're unhappy about this certain situation, or it wouldn't be coming out as a blocked energy. So this situation here has to be better than that situation. Better, not worse, better. So don't use those fears as an excuse why you won't get to this next phase, because you don't know if this next phase is going to be good or bad, better or worse. It's telling you it's 10 times better. 10 times better. Your wealth is coming if you go ahead and let go of situations that don't serve you any purpose, don't fulfill anything in your life. Growth came out next. All right, so these are those situations. Can't get accumulation without growth. I don't ever have these two cards pop out by themselves. It's always the other one closely behind in the reading. So you're going to have some growth to get to the accumulation. Those seeds were planted already. They're growing. They're growing if you did detach from the situation you were supposed to. Another growth card there. Ace of Air. All going together with the growth. This new situation is firmly planted. It's grounded, as you guys like to feel. The seeds have been planted. What fitting cards for earth sign? Come on. The seeds have been planted. They're growing. And you're receiving your accumulation at the end of this. You're receiving your accumulation. So, I mean, you got a golden ear of corn there in the middle. That's your ace. That's your ace. So the moves that you're making now are for a reason. They're for a reason. It's all to lead up to your wealth. All of it. It's leading up to your wealth and your happiness. Only if you let that other situation come to an end. It's what's going to happen. All this growth, all this accumulation, this is all in your better interest, in your best interest right here, for you to grow as a person, for you to evolve, for you to get where you want to be in life, for all the goals that you wanted to accomplish. They are here. And they can only get there, you can only get there, by letting go of this situation here. It has to come to completion. It has to. It has to. Don't block your happiness. Don't block your happiness. Have a testimony about how you got from here to here that you can share with somebody else finally. Hey, I was being a little stubborn too. I was scared to let go. I was scared to detach. But look how I grew. Look how I grew into my wealth from that. Look how I received clarity emotionally. Look how I learned how to do it on my own. I learned how to let a situation go that was not for my own good. I'm going to pull a couple clarifiers. It's been ongoing, Earth sign, ongoing. I really want to say about half of you got it and half of you didn't. Half of you let go and received your victory last year. You have to know who I'm talking about. Y'all received that victory, all of that mental anguish you were putting yourself through, that fell apart. And you made a decision, you stuck to it, and you felt really good about it. And you really did get a moral, emotional type of victory last week. But you didn't get that victory last week. There's a situation that's been ongoing that you know. There's that breakthrough. There's that breakthrough. That's for my guys who detached. You got that victory. You got that breakthrough. And you got to know how to keep moving forward in your life. What about those earth signs who have not detached? Spirit, what advice do you have for earth signs who have not detached? The grandmother card comes out. This is the energy that you guys need possibly to let this situation go. And you know about a grandmother. She is wise. And she's going to give you some good sound advice. Because she's been around. And she has that wisdom, just like that old turtle back there. Might be a little slow, but got a whole lot of wisdom back there. Steady, slow. She's built up over the years a whole lot of wisdom that she can share with others. It's also an energy. It's also an energy where you think about what you bring to the table, what you give as a grandmother is priceless. Priceless wisdom beyond her years. And you know those old sayings that they give out, it's advice that you can't argue with. It's advice that you can't argue with. Do what you know. Do what you know, someone with a lot of sense, a lot of years of wisdom. That's the decision, and where the decision needs to be made from, of how to handle this situation. What would somebody's older grandma come in and sit you down and tell you if they heard this situation you were going through? They would probably say, baby, the best thing to do maybe to let this situation go. You love something, let it go. They'll give you those types of words of wisdom. If it comes back as yours, if this is about a romantic situation, this is about something just in your integrity, you're a good person. You're a good person. But baby, this is weighing you down. This is weighing you down. You need some more of this type of energy around you. If you do are blessed enough to still have an older woman in your family, be it a mother, it doesn't have to be a grandmother, but just that type of energy feeling, that older, wiser woman that you go and get your guidance from, male or female, that older person that you go and get wisdom and guidance from. And when they give it to you, I'm sure it's going to sound like everybody else's, including your own voice, your own inner voice that's probably been telling you, let this go. But when they give you this final clarity, when you go to that older person, it's the last resort. Go to that older person, that wiser person, and just run the situation by them and see how they feel about it. I guarantee you they're going to give you some great advice about how you need to detach from the situation like everyone else has. Maybe that's when you'll get your breakthrough. Maybe you have to hear it from someone that you really do respect and love. Mother of Water also flipped out. This is about the intuition and the know-how to do it yourself. Listening to your own inner voice, like I said, who's probably told you before you go seek out this grandmother energy, Check your own inner voice. It's trying to tell you, it's been trying to tell you, why are we not happy right now? But no, we got to do this for so-and-so, and we got to hold on for so-and-so, and they need help, and I have to help them. What happens when we continuously do this? We hurt ourselves. This is a card about hurting yourself, beating yourself up about stuff, hurting yourself. Why? Why, Earth sign, would you want to hurt yourself when all of this growth and accumulation is there just by detaching from that one situation? Detach. Fear is an ugly thing sometimes. Insecurities and fears keep us from detaching. There's really no other way around that part. Insecurities and fears are what keep us from detaching. Fear of the unknown. It's giving you the clarity that, yeah, that's almost like tormenting yourself. Tormenting yourself, knowing that your happiness is on the other side, but you are tied to this post symbolically, staring at the sunset but not able to go enjoy it. I really hope you guys give some serious thought about this situation here that you've been dealing with for a long time, and it's not had the results you wanted it to. So I don't know why you have faith that if you keep holding on, it's going to turn into something different other than this. It's just going to fall apart again, you guys. That's not stable. It's not stable. Don't torment yourself. Don't cause hurt to yourself. These people who did not detach, it's what you're going to be feeling off of this new moon energy. Take this energy, use it to detach. Use it to find the strength somewhere inside yourselves to detach. I don't want to see these cards anymore. I really don't. Congratulations to my earth signs that have had their breakthroughs and their growth. On my earth signs that are not detaching. A whole lot more hurt, a whole lot more torment, a lot of holding your own energy back. A lot of holding your own energy back. So you guys just try to find the inner strength. Like I said, go find that older person with some wisdom that you respect that you need to talk to this week to let it go. That is your reading for the week through the 17th. If you need a personal reading with me, www.divinitygems33.com. Till next week.